Well, hey folks, relaunching with Joe Rentlins, my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Road to Power Struggle Night 2 event, and a thumbs up from this, and a big thank you as always to Jen for sending me that. Really do appreciate. English commentary by Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, until Rocky left after the 5th match to join Show and Yo for the main event. Chucky T subbed in. I feel Barad did a little bit better on night 1. Chucky T did fine, but Kevin Kelly can carry pretty much just anybody to, a good performance on commentary, as he's just that much of a pro. It's pretty much like just as fun as night 1, I'll say that much. And for the VOD episodes, it's not likely I'm going to be able to review those, as A, I don't know when those shows are going to go up on New Japan's website, and B, my time's going to be super limited for like about 2 weeks. I will have reviews up of the 26th and 27th, since those are live shows, and of November 1st. And I will also, of course, be reviewing Power Struggle. So just FYI, if you don't see any reviews up of the VOD episodes, I apologize in advance. So, we start off with more Young Lion action. Now, you had Hanare with the Young Lions last night. You have Hanma with the Young Lions this night. Hanma, Narita, and Umino versus Yoshida, Yuya, and Yota. And this was fun. This was good stuff. I really do cringe every time Hanma holds his head after hitting the Kokeshi or getting hit with a move, and I know he's trying to improve his, like heal his body up and get back on his conditioning. He looks great, especially considering all the stuff he put his body through and all the injuries he had. I just cringe because I know how bad, like, neck damage can be. I mean, it really does. So, I mean, I've obviously never been in the ring, but I've had neck problems before, and I can only imagine the amount of pain he's in. But this was good stuff. He had a lot of hard chops, some good mat work, good double teaming, even triple teaming in some cases. Huge kicks from Yoshida. That guy is going to be a star. I think he's only like 24, 25. He is very, very good. You did end up having a Boston Crab, slapped on by Umino, and he taps out Yota. And that was good. You can see the improvement in the various young lions, but especially Ren Narita and Shota Umino. They have really improved by leaps and bounds just in the year I've been able to watch, New Japan live. It is, or, almost a year. In fact, Wrestle Kingdom 13 is going to be my year anniversary, being able to live tweet and review New Japan. And it's really been an incredible ride. I can't wait for 2.5 months to fly by till we get to Wrestle Kingdom. But that's then. This is now. Good match with the Young Lions, though. Enjoyable. And then we get Tanahashi, Makabe, and Hanare versus Ibushi, Yujiro, and Chase. It was fine. It was fine for what it was. Tanahashi and Ibushi seem to be having this, like, little thing where, like, oh, hey, maybe, Ibushi's going to go over Tanahashi's side. Ibushi did not want to cheat by attacking anybody. Like, Chase had Hanare held up. Ibushi didn't want to do that. He just wanted to attack him himself. He didn't want to, cheat and that kind of stuff. Even though Ibushi, I'm not saying he's been known to bend the rules, but Ibushi can get really, really vicious when pushed. It was good tag work. Ibushi did seem conflicted. I wonder what they're really getting. They're going to have to do something big with him at Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, they've told a good enough story, but they're going to have to pay it off a little bbit or advance it. And I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. There were some really hard chops. Some kicks, yet Hanare got pinned by Chase's package pile driver, and it was what it was. Tanahashi, however, was not done, because we get to the next match, which is Okada, Yano, Beretta, and Chucky T versus Jay White, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Bad Luck Fale. Pretty much the same match that you got from night 1, except Chaos jumps BC. You get the usual BC antics. Jado uses his Singapore cane he's got. Yano gets beat up. I don't even think Yano got tagged in the match last night. You had Okada and White, of course, have their brief skirmishes. That's really going to be a, just barn burner of a match at Wrestle Kingdom 13. You had a couple feuds building. I think you could see the Best Friends challenge Tama Tonga, Tongaloa for the tag titles. I mean, I'm not saying that the Best Friends would win, but it would at least be something interesting to see. World Tag League I'm also really excited for. I know that starts later in November and it goes into the beginning of December. And I wonder how many of those shows are going to be live. Hopefully that schedule is up by the beginning of November so I can plan accordingly. Okada looks like he's about to hit a Rainmaker. He's about to hit something on Jay White. And then boom, you get a brass knuck shot from Gato. And So yeah, it's a DQ. Chaos manages to win. This was fine. This was, I mean, I don't really care for the DQ finishes, though I got why they did. They wouldn't have Jay White or Okada lose. I mean, to be fair, you could have Chucky T take the pin again. That's, excuse me, all that guy seems to do is eat losses if it's in any kind of multi-man match, not just a standard tag match, as the Best Friends did beat the Killer Elite Squad recently. It was fine for what it was. But this whole thing with Okada and Jay White, that's the whole point of this. It was just building to that. And then Super Junior Tag League starting. 4 matches tonight. Liger and Tiger Mask, or Liger Mask as I call them, because I'm stupid with coming up with names, versus Volador Jr. and Soberano Jr. But before that, I do want to say that Tanahashi actually ran down to stop Jay White from attacking Okada. So maybe you could see Tanahashi and Okada team up sometime after Wrestle Kingdom. That would be pretty interesting. Now, back to that match. Nice mix of veterans and youth. I'm certainly interested to see the CMLL talents. They do pretty well. They did some really impressive dives. There was some good stuff with action picking up, like a lot of high spots, a lot of really cool dives. There was a corkscrew tornado, I believe is what that was called. Didn't quite hit. I mean, I know the rings are a little bit different in CMLL as opposed to New Japan, and they work a little differently in, you know, the various promotions. It was still good stuff. I was worried about Liger because Liger was holding his knee a lot. I really hope he's okay. I mean, the man's had a hell of a career. If this ends up hastening his exit and he's done after Wrestle Kingdom, then it's not like there's much more he can do. But hopefully some time off can help. I know that this is a round-robin tournament, so likely he's not going to be competing nearly as much. Like, he probably won't compete in World Tag League. I mean, obviously because he's a junior, but he may not even compete on the undercard while he recovers. But just hopefully a little bit of rest and maybe, you know, a little bit easing back after this tournament can help him, as the man's 54 years old. I mean, he's in incredible shape, but Father Time is undefeated. However, I love Liger, love Tiger Mask. They both did well here. There was really good stuff here. This is an enjoyable match. Tiger Suplex, after a bunch of exchanges, a bunch of really close near falls, Tiger Suplex on Soberano Jr., 1, 2, 3, and a nice show of respect afterwards. That was really cool. And then you have ACH and Taguchi versus Ishimori and Robbie Eagles, and another injury, because it seems like ACH is almost bitten by the injury bug in this. I believe he got injured during either injured his knee or his arm during Best of Super Juniors, even though he still did well and still competed fine. You did have the usual Taguchi antics. You did have some good Bullet Club heel work. I was worried that ACH got hurt. I was worried he hurt his ribs because he did a dive outside, a really impressive dive, and knocked Ishimori down. But then all of a sudden Ishimori's up, and I'm like wondering what happened, because I thought, you know, he was like having difficulty breathing. Well, he probably just sent his body into shock because he probably hurt his knee really bad. Now, he did fight back and did hit some good spots. And Ishimori and ACH have teamed up in the past, so they have really good chemistry as opponents. That's really apparent, and even in the brief skirmishes they had here. But I was really worried about ACH. Now, it seems like he's okay, but it seems like he was also upset. Like, maybe he knows he really hurt himself, and this is just it's like this was a lot of like adrenaline that he had pumping through his body, and then when it faded, it just really hit him. So hopefully it's okay, hopefully a day of rest, and maybe Taguchi taking over most of the action in the next match will be okay, or whenever they're going to have it, because I know with these VOD episodes are going to have only 2 or in some cases 1 Super Junior tag match. So maybe ACH gets a bit of time off and doesn't have to wrestle as much. We'll see what happens, but hopefully he's okay. You had a Bloody Cross for the win. ACH got pinned. There was no doubt Ishimori and Robbie Eagles are going over. So yeah, hopefully Ishimori's okay. Hopefully Liger's okay. Wrestling isn't ballet, but just I hate to see talents injured. Now we have Saban and Kushida versus Shingo and Bushi. LIJ versus the Timesplit machine, or the Time Machine, I think is what they call them. Really good mix of styles, good tag work. You expect, some LIJ heel tactics yet. LIJ they're babyface heels, I guess, whatever. I mean, they're really, they're LIJ. That's what they are. They're just simply awesome. Huge dive by Kushida at one point, just jumps off the ropes, jumps on Shingo, just this really tremendous dive where they really went right into the crowd. It was in Korakuen Hall, so if you step outside the ring, you're practically able to fist bump the fan right, the fans in the front row right there. Things break down, you get the Last of the Dragon, and Sabin gets pinned by Shingo. But this was a pretty good match. This really had a good flow to it. I would recommend you check this one out. Like the last two matches you really could check out, but every single Super Junior tag match had a purpose. It's just kind of cringing to watch some, like, the possible injuries, the Liger and ACH. So again, hopefully they're okay after a day of rest and maybe some, light work while their tag partners work a little more. Who knows? But this was good stuff. And Sabin and Kushida. Sabin's there to take the pin when, him and Kushida aren't going to win, because they're not going to have Kushida take the pin unless they suddenly want to throw another challenger in there for Kushida to face at, I don't know, Power Struggle or something like that, because I would imagine that if his team is not going to be in the finals, that he might defend the title at some point. He's going to be a hell of a champion. I don't know if he's going to be transitional. He might drop it at Wrestle Kingdom. But anyway, then we get to the main event, and this one's going to be quick. It's Sho and Yo versus Amaro and El Desperado. This was better than the match that they had in Dominion in Osaka, which was fine, but was a little too quick. And yeah, Super Juniors, I'm not talking like flips and dives and stuff. I'm talking like the way it was booked, it was so quick. It was like over really before it got going, which was weird. Amaro and El Desperado winning retaining didn't bother me, but it was just odd. But anyway, you can check out that review. There'll be a playlist at the end of this video, and you can check that out. But you had Amaro and El Desperado jump Rocky Romero and Roppongi 3K during the entrance, which was pretty nice. And because the bell never started, Rocky Romero ended up fighting back, hitting a really nice Hurricanrana on the floor on El Desperado. And from there, you had a match with the expected Suzuki-gun antics, and chair usage outside, and barricade usage, and a lot of outside action with chairs getting cleared out and everything. Boy, poor people. They're sitting there in their chairs. They might as well just at that point stand up. What's the point of, trying to set your chairs back up when it's the main event? But anyway, you had a great series of exchanges, as you would expect. I actually thought Amaro and El Desperado were going to get the victory. I was like, okay, they're going to get the victory, And no, Sho and Yo actually got the victory. You had a nice bridging pin that won it for Yo. And that was really cool. So maybe we're going to get this match. Maybe we're going to get this match at Power Struggle. And maybe Roppongi 3K take the titles back. Because nothing against El Desperado and Amaro, they're really good heels, they're really good workers, but their reign has not meant much of anything. If Roppongi 3K can win it here, or maybe even win it at Wrestle Kingdom and take it for a while, then you can build up another Super Junior tag team. We'll see. This was entertaining. You had Rocky Romero and Roppongi 3K cut a promo afterwards, which was fine. They sent the crowd home happy. So yeah, Sho and Yo winning was the right call. I was certainly just a bit surprised about it. But anyway, I'll say a B. It was just as enjoyable as night one. The Super Junior matches were maybe just a little bit better, but because of some of the repeat matches and everything, that prevents it from being a B+. But anyway, we're going to see what happens. I may still watch the VOD episodes, but again, you probably won't see reviews of those because my time will be limited. And I will have reviews of the 26th and 27th live show, and also the 1st, which is, just before the 3rd of November for Power Struggle. I will have those reviews up as they happen. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? What do you think of the tournament so far? The best Super Juniors tournament, or best or Super Junior Tag League? Because I certainly understand how words work. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. It's been Real Aussie with John Ritland, and I will see you soon.